It's time to get the lowdown on Ed and Ryan Mitchell. Welcome legendary North Carolina barbecue pitmaster Ed Mitchell and his son and now business partner, Ryan Mitchell.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah. Named #1 pitmaster in the South, but you didn't get into the restaurant business until you were about 44 years old. So what were you doing before that?
When I went off to college, I prepared myself to be an educator, a teacher. A little tour in Vietnam, came back and started working with Ford Motor Company. And my father got ill and then took a leave of absence and came home. My mother wanted a certain kind of meal one day, and it happened to be barbecue. And so I went out to the local grocery store and got a little 35, 40-pound pig. And
he says little, 45
yeah. And got, I think, $5 worth of hickory wood, oak wood. Came back and put it on, and she and I were having a late lunch. Someone came in and they saw the barbecue, and they said, "Oh, Miss Mitchell, you guys selling barbecue now?" Well, I was sitting there with my mouth all full eating, and my mother, she looked at me for a confirmation, and I just nodded my head, you know. Yeah, you know, sell him something. If he wants some, you know, sell him some. Yeah. And so she made the guy a couple of sandwiches and went out the door, and it was so insignificant that I didn't even get up to even look to see who it was, you know. Right at closing time, which was like about 8 o'clock, I got up and I locked the door and went back in the back, and someone came to the door and they just really like they're going to tear the hinges off. They're trying to get in. And so first thing I thought there was somebody come to try to do harm. And so I put a little bass in my voice, "Yeah, who is it?" and the guy says, "Oh, Mr. Mitchell, we don't know you got any more of that barbecue." I said, "No, we don't have no more today, but we'll have some more tomorrow." And the guy left, and that's how we got the barbecue.
Rest is history, right?
Yeah.
The rest
One
is history,
taste
buddy.
is all it took. All right, so you've switched careers, and Ryan, you used to be in investment banking.
Yeah, I did, man.
What made you make the change?
Honestly, I mean, you know, I spent the better part of 10 years in between retail and investment banking. You know, I grew up in the restaurant industry. You know, I always kept one foot in and kind of one foot out.
Right.
Graduated high school and swore, you know, it would never be something I did again. You know what I mean? So it was kind of the same. So I, you know, graduated college, pursued my degree for a while. And, you know, the more people started taking us seriously, the more my father started to be on the national scene. You know, momentum kind of picked up, and, you know, the interest began to be there for us to be, you know, an established commercial place. You know, I'm doing 70 hours a week in a cubicle.
Right.
And, you know, physically and mentally, man, I'm just zoned out, you know.
I get it.
And it's like, lo and behold, you know, I experienced a layoff, and, you know, that kind of changes you a little bit. So simultaneously experiencing a layoff along with, you know, us having opportunities to be partnered with ATC and doing some bigger and better things, you just kind of say, you know what, this is going to happen.
I'm going to let the cat out the bag a little bit. He's been very professional with it. But, you know, I really kept edging him on because he kept telling me how good a job he was doing in investing other people's money. And which is cool, you know.
Right.
I said,
yeah.
And I said, yeah. I said, have you thought about it now? I said, this is other folks' money. It's not yours now.
Exactly.
And I said, so I'm getting on up in age, and you need to kind of come back and brush up on your skills, you know, because he was just like I was coming up. You know, it was fun when we first started it.
Right.
But when it got to be a chore, got to be a real responsibility, interest just left. Just to get him in there in the pits, and he wanted to learn first starting out, but when he learned it and found out he can do it in just a second or two, but it was real work, you know, his interest started fading away. So I was a little disappointed in the beginning that he didn't come immediately in. But now, as I look back, I'm very grateful that he didn't, because he found his way and he learned a skill now that I think that can really enhance us going forward. Yeah.
And
So
coming back, it makes you appreciate it even more.
It does. It makes me appreciate it even more. And then also, you know, I got a chance to be the guy on the other side of the table. I've been around some guys who've done this, you know, from financially from a different perspective, and I get to, you know, help be a bridge for him to kind of go over some things that the other partners or people who are interested in us may be thinking.
What's the biggest challenge in working together? You guys get along, who has the final say, what's the relationship like actually working together?
Well,
Yeah, you go first.
Dad will go first.
It smiles, so it can't be bad.
No, it's all good. But at the end of the day, I'm Dad. But
your turn.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
but the good thing is that he earned my respect in his profession. And so when it comes to things that, I'm old school, period.
Right.
Technology, man, I'm lost. When it comes to that crossroad, he takes over.
Yeah,
it's an excellent partnership.
And Ed, you were on Throwdown with Bobby Flay, and you won.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I tell everyone that it was a great experience, but I also make it clear, that Bobby Flay is such a talented chef that probably had he challenged me in any other area, I probably wouldn't have taken it.
Yeah.
Because the guy's so talented, I couldn't carry his knives or forks, in the same room. But
I'm sure he says the same about you.
well, he did, because I asked him. I said, listen, why do you go around make these challenges? He said, first of all, I want you to know, in my world, I consider you the best. He says, and I am an Iron Chef, and I go all over the world, and I never know what I will be asked to cook. So what I do, I find the people that are very skilled in their profession, and I challenge them. So I always win. If I can't beat them, I always learn something.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
He seems like a good guy on TV.
He's
really
an awesome guy,
Yeah.
But like most chefs, he's very confident, very cocky, and very real self-assured, as I am, and it's something that you feel good that you can do. So it worked out real well.
You have to be. You have to be self-assured.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, before we leave, tell us about your new restaurant, Q.
That restaurant is really a dream come true for me, because it's an opportunity for me to actually forge a partnership with my son, and it's in downtown Durham. For me to be able now to sort of lay the footprint, to get this thing going, and always dreamed of handing the rings over to him, because cooking barbecue is sort of like a rite of passage,
Ed Mitchell's Q is really a continuation of a legacy, man. It's a chance for us to kind of get, give the customer kind of a piece of our life, a piece of our history, and kind of chance for me and my staff as well to kind of take those skills to the next generation.
Well, on that, we want to thank you guys for coming on the show. That's Lowdown on Ed and Ryan Mitchell.